Okay, so that post-Christmas feeling, you're surrounded by all the stuff from the big day.
Yeah.
And today we're taking a look at one very specific part of the aftermath,
Uh-huh.
a residential recycling room.
Okay.
I think everyone can relate to that in some way.
For sure.
So, we're going to be looking at a short YouTube video called Mess in Recycling Room, December 26th, 2024,
Okay.
from Super Random Forum.
Right.
And it's really just like a raw, unfiltered peek
Yeah.
into, what's going on in this one particular room.
Makes sense.
And I think the point here isn't to, judge anyone or to
Mhm.
shame anyone,
Right.
but really to just look at what this little snapshot tells us about recycling habits
Yeah.
when consumption is at its peak, like around the holidays.
Absolutely.
So the video starts and immediately the presenter is like, hello, look at this, it's horrible.
Okay.
And it's so funny because it's just this immediate reaction, like
Yeah.
they're just overwhelmed by what they're seeing. And then, bam, we're right there inside the recycling room.
So straight to the point.
Yeah, no messing around.
Yeah.
And the first thing that really jumps out is the food bins.
Right.
The presenter even points it out specifically. All these food bins are full.
Wow.
And they even say it's Christmas time, kind of implying
That-
that's why there's so much food waste.
Uh-huh.
But what I found really interesting is that they then say it's always like that here.
Oh, wow.
So it's not even just a Christmas thing. It
Okay.
seems like this is a constant problem.
Yeah. So it seems like there's some real strain on the system.
Absolutely, especially around the holidays.
When you think about all the parties and all the cooking and everything.
Totally.
Yeah, it makes sense that there'd be a surge in food waste.
Yeah, it's almost like a predictable peak.
Right.
So then the camera kind of pans over and we see all this mixed recycling.
Okay.
And it is a lot.
Yeah.
Like the presenter just starts listing everything off. Here, glass, more glass, metal, and plastic and paper. It's kind of overwhelming to even listen to.
Yeah.
And then they say, wow, look at this, what a mess. And I think that just sums it up perfectly.
Yeah, it really gives you a sense of just the sheer volume of stuff
Right.
that's being generated after a holiday.
Exactly. And it's all mixed together, which makes you wonder, how effective can individual sorting really be
Yeah, that's a really good point.
when you're dealing with this kind of volume?
Because, ideally, everything would be neatly separated.
Right.
But when you have this much stuff, it's like, where do you even begin?
Exactly. And it makes you wonder about the efficiency of the whole system.
Right?
Is it really designed to handle these peaks in volume?
And what about contamination? If things aren't properly sorted.
That's a huge issue, too.
Because if there's too much contamination, then the whole batch could end up in the landfill.
Yeah, exactly. Which defeats the whole purpose.
Right.
So it's really interesting to think about all those different aspects.
Absolutely.
And then right in the middle of all this recycling, we see something that definitely shouldn't be there.
Oh, what's that?
Toys.
Oh, wow.
It's just a quick glimpse, but it immediately raises the question of, what actually belongs in the recycling bin?
Yeah. It makes you wonder about common misconceptions.
Totally.
What people think is recyclable versus what actually is.
And I think it highlights the importance of education.
Definitely.
Because if people are putting the wrong things in the recycling,
Right.
it can contaminate the whole system.
Yeah, it can actually do more harm than good.
Exactly. So it's a good reminder to double check
For sure.
what's actually recyclable in your area.
Absolutely.
And then the video ends very abruptly with just a simple, anyway, thanks for watching.
Okay.
And that's it. It's over.
So it's just this quick glimpse into this one recycling room.
Right.
But it's packed with so much information.
Absolutely. And it leaves you with a lot to think about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what does this tell us about the effectiveness of our recycling programs?
Especially during peak consumption periods like the holidays.
Right.
We generate so much waste during these times.
It's true.
So do we need more flexible infrastructure
That's a good question.
to handle these predictable peaks?
Yeah, because if the system is overwhelmed,
Right.
then it's not going to be as effective.
And then what happens to all that waste?
Exactly.
It's a really important question to consider.
Yeah, and I think this little glimpse into this one recycling room
Right.
offers us a kind of micro study.
Uh-huh.
It forces us to think about the entire cycle.
The whole process.
Yeah, from consumption to disposal.
Yeah, everything in between.
And it really highlights the pressures
Yeah.
that our waste management systems face.
Yeah, especially in a consumerist society like ours.
It's true.
So it's a good reminder to be mindful of our own consumption habits
Absolutely.
and to think about the impact that our choices have.
And I think the big question that this leaves us with is this an isolated incident? Or is this a widespread reality after major holidays?
It's something to really think about, and hopefully do some research into in your own communities.
Yeah, because the more we understand about these systems,
Right.
the better equipped we are to make informed choices.
Absolutely. And to advocate for change if needed.
Exactly.
So thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of post-holiday recycling.
It's been a pleasure.
And we hope you'll continue to think critically about these issues.
And to stay curious about the world around you.
And until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.
See you later.